10, 11. Anyway.
So Crisis, I'm not going to ask for spoilers because I know you won't give them.
I won't even know them.
Yeah, okay. But how does it feel for you since the beginning of the show, knowing this was coming? Does it feel rewarded it's happening sooner than expected?
Yeah, I think when we saw the newspaper article, it was like that far away felt like it was going to be hard to reach, kind of no matter how successful the show was. So the fact that we could like accelerate things and get to this a little sooner is cool. Yeah.
Oh, so last year the theme was really about like legacy. So what's the theme for this year?
Gosh, I'm not sure. I guess I should have like known the theme of the season before coming in.
That's
but
okay.
I generally don't know like my full arc or anyone's full arc for the season. We have a new showrunner this year, Eric Wallace, who was like really excited and like broke it down a little more for me than like I usually would have it broken down. But we're doing a slightly different structure with the season. I'm not exactly supposed to say what that means yet, but it's a slightly different structure and some new elements to the show this year. So it'll be a little different. It'll feel new.
Okay, but still the same amount of episodes. Just
yes, 22 episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
What is? No, you go. You want to go first? I'll go after you.
We've seen Barry wrestle being a son, father.
Yeah.
Himself. Has there been a particular favorite turn that you've got to do as Barry as an actor?
I just the maturity. I think that just the growth that we've had as we've gone has been nice, and just kind of feel like we really have been in a different place with Barry every season. Entering this season, I mean, it has a lot to do with me just growing up in life too, and now I'll turn 30 this season. I was 23 when I was cast, so it's like a lot of time has gone by, and I've grown up a lot and changed a lot throughout the show. So that's dictated some of Barry's growth, but also, a lot of the kind of traumatic events that have happened to him. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of nice to see him mature and grow up. So I mean, I think where he's at right now is kind of my favorite version of him.
What about your relationship with Nora? How are you going to try to fill up the hole of your daughter not being there?
I think in kind of classic Barry fashion, he's a little in kind of denial with like how much it's messing with him when we first come back, and he's obviously having a really hard time with accepting her death, her vanishing, and he's being kind of extra optimistic when we first come back, and is really pushing himself to do as much good for the city as he can to kind of fill that hole. But Iris kind of acknowledges that neither of them are really dealing with it in the healthiest way, and that we have a couple good scenes where we're with each other, where we're trying to figure out the best way to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, how, just piggyback on what you're saying, how does that impact his relationship with Iris? Because they're both in different places. They were, to begin with, they were both on opposite sides of the fence, really,
right.
when Nora came there, in general. So how are we going to see that play out this season?
I guess we could probably say we see it bring them closer. I mean, because it's a loss they've both experienced. And at first, I think we've probably drifted further apart as we deal with it in different ways, and not really together as a unit, but we'll see that moment where Iris kind of acknowledges that like the only way we're going to be able to get over this is if we do it together. So we'll kind of see that early in the season.
But Joe now being the police captain, I mean, I'm guessing something will change the dynamic now at CCPT. I mean, are we going to see more of the forensic stuff as well? Because I always love when Barry gets to be the CSI.
Too. I don't know. I mean, I've done some at the beginning of this season, not a lot. We're going to see a different tone from Joe because he's now not a detective, he's the captain. So we're going to see some different elements with Joe and Cecile and Ralph kind of being a PI, and like doing his own thing again, being a detective. But it's pretty much status quo with the amount of CSI work we're seeing Barry do, just because he's got a lot of other things going on too right now. I mean, I would always love to see more CSI stuff, especially like we did in the pilot with all those visuals that we never went back to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's status quo with the CSI work. I think they accidentally announced one already. That was like, did you see? It was like, have you guys seen that? It's already.
I've seen it, but we're not allowed
It's
to
supposed
talk
to be
about
announced at the panel,
Yeah.
and it will be announced at the panel. So one of our big bats will be announced at the panel, and it's really, I'm excited to work with this actor. I haven't met him yet, but I keep hearing great things about him. It's just like really talented actor, really nice guy, and it's a different type of big bad than we've had. I think Barry, he's connected to Caitlin initially. There's a history there, and Barry wants to give him kind of like the benefit of the doubt when we meet, and there's kind of going to be a connection initially. So it's going to kind of, mess with Barry a little bit, because this is like his classic biggest problem. It's like letting someone in and then like
Every season.
they stab him in the back. Yeah.
Can you say who the actor is? Or no?
I actually don't. I don't know his. I can't remember his name. I haven't met him
Okay.
yet. So
Okay.
like,
Got it.
I've seen his name,
Okay.
but I couldn't say it right now. 'Cause and I don't actually think I'm supposed to. But
Yeah, that's
I
what I was asking. I
physically
was like,
could not tell you because I can't remember it. But a week from now, that won't be the case because I'm going to be working with him really soon. So yeah.
Last question, please.
You got one?
For you personally, what's been your favorite villain that you've gotten to?
I mean, Reverse Flash is like, there's the most history there. Also, like me and Tom are like, I've gotten close to a lot of actors that have come through. Teddy Sears, who did Zoom, is like one of the nicest guys in the world, and we keep in touch. And a lot of them, a lot of actors I keep in touch with. But like Tom, like got ordained to marry me and my wife. Like, I mean, we're like, he's one of my best friends, and I think one of the, a really talented actor. And I think that storyline. I'm talking about you. Yeah, so I mean that just goes the deepest, so it's probably this guy. I think I gotta go. All right, thanks guys.